Welcome back everyone to our Guidance City YouTube channel with the program COVID से लड़ाई psychologist के साथ. And today our guest is Shailija Bisain. Welcome back Shailija to our this program
Thank you, ma'am.
again.
Thank you,
How
ma'am.
are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm doing good now. I'm doing good.
Okay, that's good to know. So, Shailaja, as I already know that you are, dealing with different kind of patient these days. So, what type of patient you are getting now?
Ma'am, currently I'm dealing with the patients mainly who are locked in home, and now the lockdown is opening, so that's also a problem. And basically, I'm dealing with mostly the patient with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder patients. So generally, problem is everyone is nowadays suffering from somebody they lose, or everybody is seeing this pandemic in their worst situation. So nowadays people are so traumatized and everything that they have fear of something. They have fear. They feel fear and they have that stress and anxiety reside in their uh, mind or so basically, I'm dealing with that type of patients, of PTSD patients.
Okay, so you are saying that people who are currently now isolated or have had suffered previously with corona, they are coming up with post-traumatic stress disorder symptoms, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, what are those symptoms you are currently, could you please explain all those areas, like those symptoms which are very common, so that our audience can understand they need some psychological concern for that thing.
Okay, ma'am, sure. So, first of all, PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder, which means when a person witness or they themselves feel any type of traumatic situation or stress situation, terrifying events. So, when they can't recover or unable to recover from that situation, that leads to post-traumatic stress disorder. So post-traumatic stress and that terrifying events could be anything, whatever. It may be a little thing for someone, or it may be a very vast thing for anyone. So that is PTSD, and the symptoms of PTSD are there are psychological symptoms, the changes in behavior, changes in mood, and many things. For example, agitation, hypervigilance, or irritation, isolation, withdrawn from family members or loved ones, and uh, fear or anxiety, extreme anxiety, depression, sadness, crying, or live in isolation, loneliness, mistrust, means issues of trust, can't trust easily on anyone, fear, guilt. These are some symptoms of PTSD, or which triggers or lead to PTSD. Means generally what happens in PTSD, that these are the basic symptoms. Generally, what happens in PTSD, that when a person uh, witness or go through that terrifying events, they occur. There's a fear reside in their themselves, in their own body, which didn't lead them to live a normal life, which their like flashback memories come up again and again, which triggers to a kind of disorder. I mean, uh, when a person sees something, situations like again and again, that triggers their stress and which leads to disorder. So these are the basic symptoms like flashback, or stressful memories, or the memories which lead us to go in our comfort zone, or to live in a corner of a room, or sit where we can't face anyone, to avoid the things that lead to PTSD. That's the main basic symptoms PTSD. Then when people go to seek for professional treatment or professional help.
Okay, so tell me one thing more, that is it only you are like these symptoms? Are you coming up with only adult patient, or there are some children too who are complaining about the same kind of symptoms with
No,
corona?
ma'am. Children do complain, but the thing is कि children don't have such vast vocabulary or such vast knowledge, so they basically they don't know what. And to be very frank, ma'am, in our society or in our culture, we hardly recognize or give a word to a mental problem. Everybody knows it's a taboo, but nowadays people are recognizing a stress problem as a PTSD, that yes, I do have a disorder, or yes, do I do have a problem. I need help. I seek help. So nowadays, adults, teens, as well as mid-aged people, and also childrens also need help. Also, they come for help. If the children is if the children are not able to come themselves, their parents or their their caretakers, they bring the children to me or talk to me that yes, the children is facing such problems like wake up at night, nightmares, flashback memories, suddenly started crying and doesn't eat nowadays, or want to live in alone, or want to live with their parents' photos, or want to sleep with their parents' photos, or something like that. So yes, nowadays also children also do come for the treatment.
Okay. So, what type of suggestion you usually, share with your clients who are, coming up with all those symptoms and just have, come back to home from isolation center?
Yes, ma'am. So, I usually give suggestions, generally give suggestion to the clients who come back from isolation, or who do lose their loved ones in this pandemic, or they witness such terrifying events, that first of all, identify your symptoms, recognize your symptoms, name them, that yes, I am feeling stressed, I have anxiety, I am crying, I don't feel good. Like these such types, we generally we people used to ignore such things. Like it's okay, it's happening, ये तो होता ही है, तो इसमें कौन सी बड़ी बात है. Don't use such things. Recognize that problem. That yes, this is happening to me. This is the problem. Then go for medical help or seek professional treatment. Like first, then after that, these things, then use to eat a used to live a healthy and balanced lifestyle, like sleep on time, don't watch such news, or don't use any type of medium which create negative environment, that which triggers the stress like this. And avoid nicotine and caffeine, because nicotine and caffeine products usually create anxiety, which worsen anxiety. And most of all, uh, take a proper sleep. Means 7 to 8 hours sleep is very good for reducing stress and all. And then I would suggest to communicate communicate about your thoughts, communicate what you are feeling. Don't push and everyone, or don't say that no, I don't want to talk, or no, I'm not feeling well, just go away. No, don't use such type of things. Whatever you feel, at least share with your loved ones, that yes, I'm feeling this. Communication is the very uh, best medication in PTSD, because it helps to reduce anxiety, it helps to reduce your that guilt, it helps to reduce in that conscience, that that problem which lives in our consciousness mind, that used to reduce. So basically communicate, and then do meditate, yoga, exercise, and do such things which that hobbies which makes you happy. And then if the PTSD is not controlling, if it is not in control, and again flashbacks or nightmares is happening, occurring at least about 6 months, up to 6 months, then do consider for medication, go for professional help and seek medications.
Okay. So, Shailaja, Tell me one thing now that I already know that previously you had a very bad experience with your parents as they
Yes,
were
ma'am.
also suffered from this condition.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
how did you actually help yourself to cope up with this kind of situation?
Generally, to be very honest, ma'am, I communicate. I communicate what I felt at that time. I communicate with my brothers. I communicate with my partner. I communicate. I share my feelings. So basically, sharing reduces most of the anxiety. Sharing works. And second thing, I used to avoid watching news. I mean, on every TV channel, whatever TV channel you switched on, you will see the news of this much patient, that patient,
Exactly.
that's the news, everything. So basically, I avoided to watching news, most important that type of news, and I used to cope up with myself that I do meditate and yoga, and I also read books, drawing. I mean, I used to that type of books which makes me happy and balanced lifestyle, so that I can cope. So that from which I can cope up with that feeling, and generally I also met with many patients who are there's a one child who lost their both of parents due to COVID, and their paternal grandparents refused to take him. So their maternal grandparents taking responsibility of that child. So that was a very traumatized feeling for me. He's such only 4 years old, alone. I mean, parents are everything, so he's alone. So that also traumatized me. But I used to see the positive picture of that side. That yes, his at least his maternal grandparents are there. He has a better future with them, and so basically, I do, I do that such things which makes me happy. So I turn up to my hobbies, avoid such news, and meditate.
That's great to know. So that means that we can see that our hobbies also can help us to keep
Yes,
that
ma'am.
positivity
Very much.
inside us, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And
Our hobbies, yes, it helps very much to generally most when patients come to me or clients to what should they do to kill the time. The patients who are in home isolation, they ask what should they do to kill the time. I suggest them that do your hobbies. I means put your time in your hobbies. So basically, I suggest them, and hobbies is very useful to cope up with this type of situations.
okay, okay. Thank you, Shailaja, for this wonderful session. I really can understand that our audience will get benefited with all those tips you have shared, especially the tips related to hobby and sharing and the news related thing.
Yes,
uh, Hope everyone will like this video a lot, and thank you again to everyone, and thank you everyone for watching this video. Keep liking our every video and keep subscribing Guidance at YouTube channel for upcoming videos. Thank you, Shailija, once again.
thank you, ma'am.